just woke up, as you can probably tell, and I'm making protein pancakes today. So I'm making it with my 1-Up coconut ice cream whey, which I think you all know is my favorite. And I put 15 grams of this, and I put about 75 grams of pancake mix, and a 1/4 cup of egg whites, and a little bit of milk. And that's it, folks. You guys, actually just, I think I messed up on the recipe. So it's actually 1 whole banana. It's like 100 grams of banana. That's what I used today, but I used less before. So I put a whole banana, 75 grams of pancake mix, 15 grams of the 1-Up coconut whey protein, a 1/4 cup of egg whites, and a little bit of milk, and then a little bit of cinnamon, and then it's perfect. Alright, YouTube, I have gotten ready. I'm wearing the white strike tank. I don't know why I always say just strike tank by Live Fit. It's new. Got my little boy basketball shoes on, and I have a very special day planned. I know I always say that, but this is actually a very special day. I will explain more in the car because I'm running late, but wanted to show you guys what I am bringing with me for my pre-workout for leg day today. So I got, always using my 1-Up BCAAs. I drink these during my workout every single time, like faithfully. I love them. They just got a new flavor, but I'm sticking with the candy watermelon. Their other flavor is raspberry lemonade. Both are very good. And then for my pre-workout, I am having Pure Rebuild. It's a creatine glutamine blend and a scoop of their pre-workout, the Pro Pump. This is the women's one. I think it's in Fruit Punch, yeah? Fruit Punch. Usually on leg days, I will skip the Pro Pump and I'll use like, where are they? I will use the HIT aminos instead, because the difference is that the Pro Pump, it has more nitric oxide and like pumping like factors in it, and for leg day, I don't really like to walk around like I have big old tree trunk legs, like super pumped up. But I'm feeling like very tired today, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Pro Pump instead of the HIT aminos. The HIT aminos just are energy and amino BCAAs, so they're good for leg day, but I think I'm gonna do the Pro Pump today because I'm feeling kind of tired. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna bring with me for my workout, and I will see you in the car. Scratch that, because I wanted to show you how freaking clumsy I am. I cannot go through like an hour without spilling something. Look at this. BCAAs all over the place. And that's where my camera was. All over my camera too. So I went out to dinner with my dad last night, and I got home and I brought some leftovers home with me. And then I just got in my car and I realized that those said leftovers are right there. No! And now it smells like pasta in here, which I guess is a good thing. So the very special thing that I'm doing today is I got asked by someone from my school. I go to San Diego State University, and someone from my school asked me if I would be willing to come and talk at their club or group at school. And she leads a group that's like a self-empowerment, healthy like club that I think that they, I'm doing a very bad job at telling you guys this. Okay, so it's like it's like an empowerment health club, like trying to inspire each other to live a healthy lifestyle and increase your self-confidence. So anyways, they asked me to come and speak at it today in 30 minutes. And I'm really excited, and I'm really like flattered that they would think of me to come and speak at their group. So I'm really, really excited about it, and I think I'm gonna ask her to film it so you guys can see. And I will see you there. Wish me luck. Okay guys, I have the real definition of this group, okay? It's called HEADSTRONG, It's a club that promotes self-esteem, confidence, and raises awareness about nutrition, fitness, and overall health. I'm not the best at public speaking. I've never really given like a speech before, so bear with me. So I figured I would just tell you my story, where I came from and where I am today and how I got there, and then just kind of open it up for questions, if that sounds good to everybody. So right now I'm a 5th year senior, a super senior. I will be graduating in May, hopefully. And I am from New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. If any of you guys have seen Breaking Bad, that's my hometown. It's not like that though, I promise. So I came here for college, and I came here on an art scholarship. I was going to study art, primarily drawing. So that was my whole mind, was just art. And then I got here, and in high school I had always been very active. I was on the volleyball team, always in shape, never had dealt with being overweight or underweight or anything like that. So when I got here, I didn't play any sports anymore. Of course, I partied all the time like any freshman does, and I put on a lot of weight, like 20 pounds in the period of like 2-3 months. And I didn't really notice it until I went home for the summer after my freshman year, and I was just like, I remember going bathing suit shopping with one of my friends, and I was just looking at myself in the mirror and thinking like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is me, because I've never seen myself like that before. Like in my head, I wasn't that bad, but in my head I was like, whoa, I look so different, you know. So I didn't really have anything to do that summer except get back in shape. So I took the summer, joined a gym in Albuquerque, and went every day. I hired a trainer, a personal trainer, who really showed me the whole fitness world, and it just opened the door to like a whole new world that I had no idea even existed. And my trainer at the time, she did competitions. She's a figure competitor. If any of you guys have seen the bodybuilding competitions, they're like the super muscular women. So awesome, I love her. So she really showed me the competing world as well. And I came back for my sophomore year of college, and after working out all summer, I was feeling much better about myself. I was very interested in the fitness world, and I was starting to follow people on social media that I thought were really inspiring. And then I just kind of got sidetracked from my whole art. Like, I still loved art, I still did it all the time. Maybe I can pull up some pictures of my art later, but then it was like art and fitness, and the partying kind of got pushed to the side. I was not as interested in staying out late with my friends because I wanted to get up and go to the gym in the morning and feel good and work out. And also eating nutrition. I had no idea about nutrition before, and in following people on social media and YouTube and just working out, you want to put good things into your body because you're feeling better. You don't want to go work out and then go eat McDonald's like I would have before. So I was just sort of learning more about how to be healthy, and how eating healthy food and living a healthy lifestyle really has positively influenced my life. And then I decided that I wanted to start training for my first bikini competition, which, if any of you have any idea about that, it's like so much work. I had no idea what it entailed until I was like already doing it. But I basically did not party, could not go out with my friends late, because you had to get up and go to the gym and do cardio, and you had to track all your food, and it was just so much work involved that I just, like, my social life of partying and drinking like I was used to just got totally pushed away. And that kind of sucked because I did lose a lot of friends who I used to go party with, and my college friends. We grew apart because I wasn't as interested in things that used to make me like really happy. Where am I now? So anyways, fast forward, I do my first competition, and I was just completely hooked. I had never looked and felt so good, and it was such an accomplishment that I had achieved. It was so much hard work, and I was just so proud of myself that I could actually do that. I had never thought to myself that I would be able to do that before. And then after that, it was like history. I was like, okay, I'm going to school for art. If I'm going to be an artist, nobody's going to ask for my degree, they're gonna buy my art because I'm good at art, not because I got a degree in it. So I'm like, I'm just wasting my tuition. I should get something that I could use as a fallback if my art doesn't take off, you know. An art degree is not going to really get me anywhere except maybe to be a professor, an art teacher or something. So I decided to change my major. This was my junior year, but now I decided to change my major to kinesiology, and none of my credits transferred, none of them, because I took like oceanography instead of chemistry, because why would you take chemistry if you didn't need it, you know? So I found myself junior year in Chem 100 with all the freshmen, just starting back at square one. But honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made, because since then, like, my whole life has just evolved into something so much bigger and better than I could have ever dreamed for myself. I was just bitten by the fitness bug, and I was just on like this path, and nobody was going to stop me. I did my second competition, and after that, I'll tell the story about Live Fit now. Are you guys familiar with this brand, Live Fit?
No.
It's like one of the biggest fitness apparel brands in the industry right now. They started like 3 years ago, but I have always worn their stuff. Like, I've always loved them. And I had posted a picture on social media of me in a Live Fit shirt. Do you guys mind passing me more water? I'm like super dry mouth. Thank you. Okay. So, I was like 1 week before my second competition, so I was very in shape. You could see all my abs. I posted a picture in one of their shirts on Instagram, and then I asked my boyfriend, I was like, should I tag them? Like, he was like, yeah, why not? What do you have to lose? I'm like, okay, so I tagged him in the picture. I got in the shower. When I got out of the shower, my boyfriend was like, Katie, open your phone, open your phone, open your phone. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Open my phone, and they had like reposted my photo on their page, and I was like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. It was like so big for me, because you guys, I like love this company. Like, all of their athletes, I looked up to them so much. So I was like, wow, they reposted my photo, that's so amazing. So I contacted them and I was like, hey, thank you so much for reposting me. I literally live in your clothes. I love your brand and what you represent and everything. And he said, you're welcome, like, you look great, good luck at your show. That's all they said. So I was like, okay, cool. I go to my competition. I get first place at my competition, and I come home, and I came home to another message on my phone that said, from Live Fit, like, hey, congrats on your show. Do you mind coming to the headquarters and meeting everybody? And I was like, oh, my goosebumps. I'll come, you know. And it was like 3 weeks after my competition, they wanted me to come. So after your competition, all you want to go do is eat a burger and some cheesecake and, you know, like, relax. And I was like, I cannot fall off the wagon here, because if I show up at this, like, on this day, like, looking not like what I look right now, they're going to be like, oh, this girl, you know? So I maintained my physique and maintained everything for 3 weeks. I showed up there. They were so vague, too. They didn't tell me why I was going. They didn't tell me what we were going to do, nothing. They just said, like, come meet everybody. I was like, okay, this is really sketch, you know? I had no idea what to expect. So anyways, I went, and sure enough, they were like, let's do a photo shoot. Right when I got there, I was like, whew. Okay, let's do it. That's where that photo came from, the first photo shoot that I did with them. So anyways, they sent me home with a bunch of stuff, and they were like, thank you so much, like, we'll be in touch. That's all they said. And I was like, okay, like, you know, my hopes were like through the roof, you know. But anyways, long story short, they offered me a contract to be on their team, and then ever since then, it's been like, it's been crazy. Like, I've gotten to go to so many expos with them. Like, they travel around the world going to fitness expos, meeting people who, like me, had followed their brand. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with their other athletes, but they pretty much send their athletes to these expos to meet the people that follow them and to connect with people. So this last year, I got to go to Australia. I got to go to Melbourne to the Arnold Australia Fitness Expo with them. And we stayed for a whole week, and the expo was only 2 days, so we got to go see everything. It was really cool. We went to, not everywhere. Anyways, long story short, being signed with Live Fit gives me the opportunity to meet people and connect with people that follow me on social media, that I have impacted their life. And like, I post things on social media, like Instagram, it's probably my biggest platform right now, but you know, you post things and you don't realize how much they affect people until those people are standing right in front of you telling you, like this one girl I met in Australia, she said that she had been following my YouTube and my Instagram forever, and that I helped her lose 30 pounds. And like, I seriously started crying, you guys. I was like, holy crap, like, I'm actually changing other people's lives, you know, through sharing what I'm passionate about and sharing my knowledge of health and fitness. I'm actually changing people's lives. And that, to me, was like the most rewarding thing I could have ever experienced. So I was like, to hell with my art degree, I'm gonna go this way, because helping people and being able to share my knowledge of health and fitness and actually making an impact on other people's lives is like just the best thing I could ever ask to do. And it's something that I love. So that's ultimately my goal in doing all of this, is to reach as many people as I can, to share my message, and to break the idea that so many girls have today, that you have to look a certain way to be beautiful and to be healthy. You have to do certain things. Like, so many fitness girls on Instagram post pictures in like thongs. And you're like, that's not fitness. Like, what is that, you know? So it's like, I want to break the like stigma that you have to look like that, you have to show your body in that way to be into fitness or to be healthy or to be beautiful or whatever. And so many other people, they post only photos like super shredded. And so girls get the idea, they see these photos and they're like, I have to look like that, or that's maintainable, that's achievable. It's not. Like, those people look like that for like a week, and then they go back to looking like normal humans again, you know? So I want to break that like idea that you have to look like that, you have to be like that to be successful. And I want to also share how fitness, just living a healthy lifestyle, can impact your life in so many different ways positively. Like, fitness has given me just a structure to my life. Instead of waking up and not knowing, like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do today, I might as well go over here or whatever. It's like, you know, I have a goal to reach. I've always had like short-term and long-term goals regarding fitness and living a healthy lifestyle. And it just gives me structure. It gives me a routine. It keeps me out of trouble. It keeps me grounded. And the fitness community, although it's like really littered with superficiality and big egos, there are a lot of people in the fitness industry that are really genuine and good people and want to motivate and inspire others. And meeting those people it's such a good community of people to surround yourself with, like-minded people. So, okay, that's it. Any questions?
I mean, it's obviously a pretty difficult thing what you're doing. Was there ever a point while you were in this process that you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore? Like, is this what?
Yeah, especially when I was prepping for a show. That is just, it's a whole nother ball game. Like, you don't realize how much work goes into doing something like that. Like, it's not even about show day. It's like what you went through and what you committed to get to that point. And that's what's admirable, you know. But yeah, a lot of times I was like, and even just like being so like opening my whole life to the public through social media, it's kind of, sometimes I've been like, what am I doing? Like, I don't want to share this with people, you know? Like, I don't want to be so public with my life, and I don't want to have to explain everything, every decision that I make to all these people. Like, I've had times where I'm like, I don't really know about this, but then I go to an expo and like I see these people and they're like, thank you so much for posting this, or what you said the other day really touched me and it affected me this way. And it's like, okay, that makes sense to me, and that grounds me, and it reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. How do you balance at school?
Oh,
That's
everybody asks me that, because yeah, I have an online coaching business. So I have about 35 clients right now that I'm coaching, just all online. Traveling to expos, doing school full time, and then also prepping for a show. I was doing all of that at once, and it was a lot. I was very very stressed out all the time, but I did it, and now I'm just not overloading my plate with too much stuff. Like I put a cap on how many people that I will train at a time, and not going to do another show for a while. But it really just comes down to time management. When I had all of those things on my plate, I would plan out my day like by the hour. Like wake up, have breakfast, go to school. Then I'm going to do my emails at this time, and then I'm going to go to the gym at this time, and then making sure I had like a checklist of things that I had to get done every day, and just timing it out so I would get those things done every day. And it really took a lot of like organization and pre-planning. But yeah, that's how I did it. And then also prepping your food for the whole week was like so key for me to like stay on track with my nutrition through my busy days. I would just take like Sunday and I would cook a bunch of chicken and a bunch of rice and a bunch of broccoli, and that's what I would eat all week. And I would put it in the little things. So all I would have to do in the morning was just grab it and go. Just stuff like that, little tricks that you can use to organize your week. Yeah. It was some long nights.
Honestly, how late have you stayed up?
I don't know. I'm the kind of person that gets to a point and I'm like, I can't go any longer. I have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I just make up for it the next day, or, a lot of times I didn't get done everything I needed to get done. And actually my schoolwork did suffer a little bit. But, yeah, it's hard. Definitely just don't overload yourself. But you can live a healthy lifestyle and go to school and have a job. It's totally doable. It just takes time management and pre-planning and just being organized with, I write a to-do list of what you have to do each day. And then when you have 15 minutes of spare time, say, oh, what can I do right now? Okay, I'm going to do that right now. And get it done. And you will feel so good about yourself and so productive. Like after each day, if I got all my stuff done, I was like, yes, I am such a badass. It felt so good, and it's really motivating to do it again the next day, So, yeah.
What are Randall and Sam and all those guys like in person?
Okay, so the Live Fit team is honestly I was very nervous to meet them because I was like, oh my gosh, like these are like famous people, and like, what if they're not as nice as they come off to be and stuff? Yeah. But actually, they were all very welcoming. It's amazing because a lot of the other companies who have big teams like that, it gets competitive between people because you do have discount codes that you promote, and like, if they add another athlete to the team, people are like, oh, that's some of my sales probably will go to them, and that's the mentality with a lot of other companies. But with Live Fit, it's not like that. It's like everybody supports each other. There's no competitions between each other. We all it's like we're all friends.
How'd you get sponsored by One Up?
One Up.
Yeah.
Dang, you did your homework. Do you guys know, maybe the girls would know who Buff Bunny is? Heidi Summers. She's amazing, you guys. She's awesome.
She's like the first YouTuber I followed. She's great.
She's like 100 times even more awesome in person than she is on her YouTube, if you can believe it or not. She's just awesome. I love her. But anyways, so she's sponsored by One Up Nutrition. And when I signed with Live Fit, she kind of took me under her wing. She's been like my mentor through everything, kind of giving me guidance on stuff. But she actually introduced me to the One Up owners. He's talking about One Up Nutrition. It's a supplement company that I'm now also sponsored by. So she is also sponsored by them. So she kind of told him like, hey, check out this girl. She's really awesome, and put a little word in for me. And then they said no at first, and I kept bugging them. I was like, no, like I use your products all the time. Like I want to be with you guys. Next time you're looking for an athlete, like please, like contact me. I'm so interested. And I kept bugging them like every single month, and they kept turning me down, and I kept like pushing, and then finally they sent me an offer, and it worked out. So yeah, don't give up. That's one thing.
You've kind of already touched on this a little bit, but I'm just curious, what keeps you motivated to wake up and go to the gym and just grind every single day?
That's a good one. I'm actually going through a little period of time right now where I'm not very motivated. I'm just tired, and I feel like I do go through times like this where I'm just like not really motivated to go kick it in the gym or track my food and be really on point with my nutrition. I'm not, and I go through these little like funk periods, but I know in my head like, okay, this is normal. I just need to give myself a little break, you know, take some time to relax. So when that happens, I will usually take a week off from the gym and not feel guilty about it. Take a week off from the gym, take a week off from being so strict on my nutrition and just kind of let my body relax and refresh, and like usually that will give me the motivation to get back into it. Another thing that really keeps me motivated, you know, I always say this, but it's like all of my followers that comment on, I hate saying followers, it sounds so conceited, but all of the people who I've connected with on social media who tell me like that I have inspired them, or that my posts every day help them get through their fitness journey or whatever, that really motivates me to keep going, because it's like, okay, I'm actually affecting people's lives with what I'm putting out there, so I have to keep doing it because I'm helping people. That really keeps me motivated. Yeah, and it also really helps to stay motivated when you have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Because if you have like this big crazy goal that's like super far off in the distance, you can get you know, disheartened because it's like so far off. You need to have like small attainable goals that you can keep reaching. That will keep you motivated, because once you reach that goal, you feel good about yourself. You're like, okay, I accomplished a thing, I'm going to do the next thing now. And it just keeps you more on track then. Yeah.
How long do you think you'll be competing for? Like, have you thought about that, or are you just taking it day by day?
So I've done 3 competitions so far, and I really want to focus on school right now. I want to graduate. I want to focus on my business, my online business. So competing for me, it's like, I'm going to do it again, but I'm not thinking about it right now. It's going to be maybe 2 or 3 years from now until I step on stage again, because it really does take a lot out of you. And I just have more things to focus on that need my attention than competing. And competing isn't the only way to get into the fitness world either. A lot of girls think like if they want to do what I'm doing, they have to compete. That's not true. There's many different ways you can get your foot in the door in this industry. So, channeling my business through, this is kind of a passion of mine, is like cooking. Probably when I stop being so into fitness and working out and competing, I'll probably take my business to like healthy food and like making cookbooks, and it would be like a total dream come true if I could have my own TV show doing healthy cooking. So I have different ideas of where I want to take my business after this all is over.
What was your family's reaction to you wanting to kind of stray away from college, and, well, not really stray away, but shift your focus from like, you know, exclusively school to kind of growing your own business and your own brand?
That's a really good idea. So my dad had a very tough time with me wanting to compete, because if you're not into the industry, you think like, oh, this girl's in her bikini on stage, like in heels, and everybody's looking at her. You know, my dad had a tough time with that, because he was like, what are you doing up there? Like, oh. But then once he realized that I was helping people and how it was impacting other people's life, I think he warmed up to it a lot. Now he's very supportive. You know, since I was going to school for art, I think they were in a way, like relieved that I was doing something more concrete, that they knew that I could probably get a good job doing. Not that I wouldn't be able to with the art degree, but I think they felt a little bit better about me majoring in Canese. But they have always told me, like, you have to finish school. Like, I know you don't need to right now because you're making money doing what you're doing, but just get it done. And I agree with them. So they're just happy that I'm finishing school. But they are very supportive of me with my own stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. Nothing else.
That is? All right. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, I just spoke at my first speech thingy. That didn't make sense, but I just gave that speech and I got it on camera, so I hope you guys liked it. And that was very nerve-wracking. And I think I did good. I just kind of talked. I didn't really have a game plan, so that was so much fun. What a cool group. Where am I going? I'm going down.